just keep getting as many coins as you can.
It's pretty safe.
Yeah.
Then the second year of is the year of basically starting to go towards new all-time highs, right? So it's kind of like the year of Ethereum. So we are in the year of accumulation, where you basically accumulate all your coins. Then we get to the halving, which is next spring. It's between March to May, so about around maybe April 20th, right around 420. That'll be a good time to be like, okay, that's about where the halving's going to happen. And what tends to happen in the year of accumulation is everybody in crypto, right, buys Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the assets that they want during the bull run. They buy that 6 months before the Bitcoin halving, right?
So it's gonna
because they know it's going to go up. So if we're looking between March to May, then that means 6 months before there is basically October, November.
Now let me say something really quick, because I saw something in the chat that kind of like irked me a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Which is like, I hear this all the time: Bitcoin, not crypto. Bro, so we were here, a couple months ago, and we went to Bitcoin Miami, right? Bitcoin Miami. It was an entire Bitcoin event. I didn't have one single Bitcoiner tell me to buy Bitcoin. Now, all they were doing was talking about shitcoins in private. I went to all the private parties and stuff. We were here with Sartain. We were here with a lot of people here in town and stuff. And it was all they were talking about was buying altcoins.
Yeah.
Pulse Chain had just launched and stuff, or it was about to launch, and like every Bitcoiner was talking to us about Pulse Chain, or they were talking to us about XRP, or they were talking to us about Dogecoin.
Back in the day, the hype coin used to be Dogecoin. What is it now?
I guess it's still, so the hype's going back. It's kind of crazy, because like, I mean, we just had Twitter turn into X, right? And basically Elon Musk is making Twitter into WeChat. That's what's happening. He's making it like an inclusive app and stuff. They're going to try to do tipping with Dogecoin and Bitcoin. What's going to probably happen, that's not going to disappear, but what I think is going to end up happening with that is Bitcoin tipping is probably going to get expensive, especially next year once it starts happening, and then they'll switch over to Dogecoin, but people will still be able to tip in Bitcoin, which is good. But that's happening there. Then people are going to start, I'm pretty sure they're going to start giving credit cards out. They're going to start, they're already paying influencers right now. You know, if you go over 5 million impressions over 3 months, you start getting paychecks from Twitter.
Wow.
Yeah, that's happening right now on Twitter. So Twitter's become like a new paid platform to make money.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So take us back, because obviously we have new viewers in the chat, and they want to know what coins to buy. Why should I buy these? And as a beginner, how many should I buy at start?
One or two at max. If you're starting off Bitcoin, Ethereum, just to get your feet wet. Like right now, it's like a dummy. It's just such a risk-free bet in terms of, because the reason, November of last year, we did the mega course, right? That big mega course, right? That same week, we ended up getting the all-time low for both Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Our guys were buying $700 Ethereum, and guys were buying $15,500 Bitcoin. Now we've entered the space. The reason we came on here today, because we want to come on when the prices are going down, so people get in at good prices. We don't want to like come on here when the prices are at, like literally going all the way up. Sometimes you can't help it. Like,
right, but that's when everybody on the YouTube starts talking about crypto, right?
We had a guy that we met actually working at a club. He was doing like a busser almost, right?
Yeah.
Like doing services. And he's like, yo, you guys are amazing, bro. I saw your video with Charlie and Miguel about crypto.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's dope. He said, no, let me show you what happened to me. So he had a portfolio, I think like 2,000 in the portfolio.
Yep.
It's like 50K now.
Fuck yeah,
After buying more because of what you guys said on the show.
Hell yeah.
So you're right.
And that's the thing, right? Like when we're around the same time about 4 years ago when I helped Myron get into Bitcoin for the first time, right? He was like, what should I get into, right? And I was like, well, what's your risk profile? Like, how are you looking at the market? Are you super degen? You're okay to lose all the money and you risk it for that biscuit? Or do you want something stable? And he was like, yeah, Bitcoin, Ethereum, I'll stick to that for now, right? And then he's ventured off into some other stuff later. But
by the way, to convince Myron to invest with you, you gotta have a silver tongue, bro, because dude, pull over, bro. He's not easy.
Yeah. But also the thing is like, that's the great thing about Bitcoin. Like where we're at right now, right, in the year of accumulation, it's like the easiest time to get into crypto, but it's the hardest time emotionally. So if you go with logic and you look at all the data of what's happened before every Bitcoin halving, like you can break it down about 400 and some days. I'd have to go look at the chart to see exactly. It's like 420 or 480 days, right, from the peak where Bitcoin hits all the way down to the bottom of the 4-year cycle. That happened again, right? That's happened each time in the 4-year cycle.
Right.
Then when you go, when you go into the halving, right, and you can go about a year and a half after that, then basically that's usually where you get the peak. And so if you average everything out, what it comes down to, and I did this on my show back on June 14th. Basically, I did a stream that broke down exactly, showed the stats, showed the data about how each Bitcoin halving cycle works. And about 2 months later, Pantera Capital, which is one of the earliest and biggest hedge funds in crypto, one of the most successful, the first investors in DeFi. They said the same exact thing, which was from Bitcoin's low of 15,000, by the time we get to the halving, we should be anywhere between about $35,000 to $45,000 Bitcoin. Right now we're at 26, 25, right?
Double your money, basically.
Almost, like an 80%, 90% increase from here into March, April, May of next year. That's an easy bet. So everybody in crypto who's building something starts accumulating now aggressively and then builds into the halving. And then from the halving, which is, like I said, next spring, about a year and a half after that, sell. Rinse, repeat. Whoever listens to that information is going to make some goddamn money right now. So.
I'm glad you said that because last time I invested with you guys, I got Ethereum and I sold some of it to buy a watch, my first watch actually. You guys saw on the show. But when should somebody sell, you would say?
So a year and a half after the halving is the area where the sell comes in. Now, me and Miguel have done some, calculations on like where everything can go. And actually, it was hilarious. We did a stream about maybe 2 or 3 weeks after that in June. And we said, okay, we think Bitcoin at the peak of this bull market, a reasonable to kind of a little bit higher price would be about $160,000 per Bitcoin. Somewhere between April of 2025 to about November of 2025.
Got it.
Most likely in October, but somewhere around there, right?
Yeah.
And so if you have an idea of that, then you can be like, and Pantera Capital said about 147,000 and around the same time period, about 2 months later. So it's interesting to see, some of the best people in the space agreeing with us. But then if you're like, okay, I want to take profits, you're not going to sell everything on the day of the top. That's just dumb.
Of course.
Right? It's just not going to happen for most people. So instead, right, you can be like, okay, I got 18 months after the halving. So about 2 years from now, right? About 9 months before the 2-year mark, right? Or even a whole year before the 2-year mark. So maybe like October of 2024, right? You start taking some profits and you take profits on something, on the assets that have moved the most. So if you bought Bitcoin, Ethereum, they, let's say, go up, at end of 24, Bitcoin starts breaking into new all-time highs. It's at $80,000, let's say, right? End of next year. Then, okay, how many X's did you make from, let's say, 25,000? About a 3X. So you could take a third of that, bank it. Now you cannot lose money, right? And then you take 2/3 of that, and then over that next, 9 months to a year period, then you scale it out on a weekly basis, monthly basis, quarterly basis, depending on how you want to do it.
Smart. It's funny because one of my members in the network, they took some of the money out and they bought a property with some of it.
Beautiful.
They just kept in crypto. So that's really smart.
That's great.
Yeah. Because it's property and crypto. It's usually one of the two and stuff. Because usually I notice a lot of crypto guys get into real estate because we want stability,
right,
and stuff. So that's usually that's what's going to end up happening and stuff like that. But it's kind of like Charlie said. Yeah, like what'll end up happening sometime like late 24, maybe in 25. Just on Bitcoin and Ethereum, you could be up 5 times on your money. And then this is where you can sell 20% of it off and kind of get all the money you put into crypto back in your pocket. And then now you're kind of waiting for these signals. Because one thing that people don't give fresh enough credit for this stuff, but you're really got your ear to the ground and you see what's going on in Miami. When you start seeing the NFT boys start partying, and I'm being kind of serious about this shit. When you start seeing these real, and it's not like older dudes. When you start seeing the young cats,
young guys.
18, 21, 24 and younger, they're starting Lambos and everything like that. Fresh, you call me. Yo, boy, them boys are back.
Yeah, it's funny because you see waves of people come in the scene and then come out of it, and it's always those guys that are flashy at the very beginning. They don't have the type of I want to say stable foundation. They're always with their way. But W Myron, the audios don't fix on YouTube.
Yeah, we're good. We're good now. Mimo and Bill's fixed it in the back for y'all. Sorry about that, guys. We're experimenting right now with something, but I think Mo's working on it and fixing it in the back. But we're good now. We're on YouTube. We're on all the platforms with full audio. So we should be good.
And guys,
sorry for the delay.
This might be a little bit of conspiracy, but the government, people are scared of CDC or whatever you want to call it taking over and destroying crypto.
Yes.
What's your take on that?
So central bank digital currency, right? CBDC, is going to come. There's still a lot of people who are in denial that it will ever happen. They're like, we don't need it. And yeah, as citizens, we don't need it. Money is already digital, right? But the reason why the government wants it is for control. Right? And also, control of the US dollar. With inflation right now, the Fed is doing its best to try to control inflation, continue to control the US dollar. Yeah. They need a scenario where basically they have an excuse to adjust things, right? And so...
you said it. Adjust things.
Right, right. I mean, the government can do whatever they want, and then if we do the same thing, we go to jail, right? So politicians and bankers, they're not untouchable, but, comparatively towards, the average citizen, they get away with a lot of shit. Yeah. So they're going to do that, right? And should you be scared of it? The thing is you don't need to be fearful, and I think most people actually won't care. Because, right, we've talked about this before, they'll probably give a stimulus check when that comes out and then say, hey, do you want it directly to your phone or do you want it in your bank account in 2 weeks? People are going to take it directly to their phone today in basically cryptocurrency, but they're going to call it digital assets or central bank digital currency. And
Venmo dollars.
Right. And that's people are going to be okay with that for a while. And people are like, okay, crypto's dead. This is going to beat it. And then meanwhile, crypto is going to continue to follow the same cycle, go up in price, and then people are going to be like, oh, as they, hold their dollars over time in their digital dollars, now they know how to send and receive a cryptocurrency, or they know how to send and receive a digital asset, because it's kind of like email. Back in 1995, nobody knew how to use email. Mm-hmm. By 1998, everybody had 40 different email addresses, something like that, right? Mm-hmm. Same thing with crypto, right? Everybody won't know how to use basically an address right now to send and receive crypto, but after the central bank digital currency, everybody will. So the most people will kind of be like frogs in a boiling pot of water. They'll be like, oh, this is okay, this is okay, this is okay. And then
before you know it,
inflation is really, really bad. And you also can't control that money fully. Right now, it was Amazon is working with the governments of South Korea, Italy, and Singapore on programmability of digital assets as it's related to a central bank digital currency. So what that means is they're going to be able to program it so they can turn it on and off when they want to. If they don't like what you have to say on YouTube, sorry, you can't use that money we gave you. So,
you talk about this with George Gammon in Colombia extensively.
And I don't know if you guys know this, but there's actually a police force that is, I forgot the county that's in, but they have a body cam, right? Mm-hmm. That's AI, set up where like they can hear what you're saying and it'll give them a message saying, you know what, he's a bad person or he's good to go. So just from your voice
Black
alone,
Mirror.
They can tell if you're like actually a criminal or not.
That's like Minority Report.
Or if you're violent or not.
Dude.
For example, the guy that died, the black guy that died, I forgot his name. But if they were able to tell he was going to be a threat to them from the very beginning, they would have used that technology to like hold him.
That's crazy.
Hostage, yeah. Just algorithms.
It is weird, bro. But
speech patterns.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, so the last point I want to make there is, so then when everybody is able to understand how to use it at the basic level, and then once people start understanding, oh shit, this inflation thing's really going bad, and they start being like, okay, well, this is based on cryptocurrency, I heard, and now I can see cryptocurrency is making me money. Mm-hmm. So people are going to be more willing to start trying to use Bitcoin because it's not going to be as scary. And that process may take, the rest of this decade to play out. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of people out there, right, who are in the know. There's rumors out there. The central bank digital currency is a hell of a lot closer than most people think, like within the next 1 year, if not within, several months.
That close?
Yes.
They were testing it out in Chicago like a month or two ago. So and this is the only reason the United States is even pushing forward with this stuff is just because China's already way ahead of them already. So they're just like they're speed running it right now to get it passed and stuff. But the thing is, they'll launch it. I mean, just like we were
through FedNow.
Yeah, through FedNow and stuff like that. But not a lot of people are going to use it. And then when the next crash happens, they'll start printing with it. And the only thing I'll tell you to do if you end up getting it right is just spend it as fast as you can on crypto or education or just on something that's tangible, because what's going to end up happening is that it's going to be like candy at first. There's going to be no restrictions. It's free. It's just like the regular dollar. And as time goes on, they're going to rug like your ability. Soon enough, you won't be able to buy guns with it. You won't be able to buy this on it. It depends on how draconian they end up getting with those money. But like the thing I'm watching is that they don't make real cash illegal, which is the really scary part because...
Yeah, I think the only state that's tried that thus far was New York. They got a little bit of backlash for it, but like, if people accept that, like...
That's bad.
It's real bad.
Because they can turn your savings off. So like, I don't think the United States will get this bad because like we're always going to be kind of China light. Mm-hmm. And this is why like Twitter X is becoming WeChat. And then same thing with last time we were on here, we were talking about the banks, all these Silicon Valley banks are going down and stuff. Yeah. Well, it's because they were trying to get rid of the small banks and the all the credit unions in order to centralize the banking structures. They wanted to cut half the banks off. America really wants is like half their banks to go bankrupt and get fused and eaten up by the big banks. So it's easier to kind of roll out the central bank digital currency.
Yeah, it's B2C instead of B2B. Right now, they're B2B using the banks as their intermediaries to get to the customer when they print money.
Yeah.
Now they can just send stimmy checks to everybody directly.
Yeah, it's about it's about being able to give out government handouts easier, but by them doing that, it allows them control.
Yes.
It's like, hey, just download this app. It will give you $2,000. Whoa, okay. And most Americans that are broke are, let's be honest, most Americans are stupid. They don't necessarily understand finance. They don't even have $500 in savings.
Right.
They're gonna go, sign me up, download an app and get $2,000. I'm down.
Oh yeah.
So.
But could you imagine where this AI and no cash on hand? So basically, if you don't do what we say, we just cut you off.
Yeah, it's Black Mirror. I mean, the first person. I mean, the first little test run of this was Alex Jones. Look what happened to Alex Jones. They kicked and then after that, it was Andrew Tate. Then they tried to do it to you guys a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird. They're like testing it out. Like they had to wait until Alex Jones did something, so they got him on like Sandy Hook stuff.
Yeah.
And then Andrew Tate was even less shit. And then now it's starting to get to the point where like in like 5 years, like you just sneeze the wrong way.
Yep.
And that's what's so scary is they can turn you off. That's why we're so passionate about cryptos, because they can't turn it off.
Yeah, because the digital rails, right? We're in the digital age, or we're going into the digital age this century. We're in industrial before. So they're like, okay, this whole new playing ground, right? We get to basically choose, where the borders are, where the lines are, how everything's mapped out. That's really what they're trying to do, because as long as they have, the amount of control that they're happy with, the United States is going to want people to be free, and it's really up to the citizens. This is where, whenever you have this big of a shift in money, right, that affects people on a daily basis, people have to let their voices be heard, right? This goes back to like the basics of the United States, which is, live free or die, right? Don't let the government control you so much so that you have no freedom anymore. So as you get, your freedom of speech, like Miguel was talking about, or you get your freedom of money starting to get infringed upon, you guys better start, learning right, cryptocurrency, because that will allow you to have your money controllable. We've seen it in China. They've turned off crypto. They've said crypto's illegal, and people still mine Bitcoin there, right? People still use it there. Governments cannot shut this shit down. So for me, when I see the central bank digital, currency over the next 1 year coming in, just makes me want to buy more Bitcoin and Ethereum so that I have money that I can control. And then if shit hits the fan, I'm rich. I'm already fine.
And this is Bitcoin and Ethereum, not stable coins.
Right. But if the world doesn't go to shit, this just makes things better, because then you're still rich, you're still doing fine, but then you can also be in this world of basically tokenized securities. That's where we're going. The stock market will be digitized into crypto. So that'll be the next step after the digital currency.
Wow.
Okay. And guys, real quick, we can hit some of these chats. Guys, please get your questions in. You got two experts here in cryptocurrency, or if you're a hater like the guy that called into the show yesterday and you have a point of contention with what these guys have to say,
I want to hear that shit.
Feel free to send in your chat and your question, and we'd be happy to address it. I think a guy called in yesterday. I was doing a live show yesterday. Yep. Yeah, Myron, my beef isn't with you, but you bring those crypto guys, they're scammers. Ethereum and HEX are bullshit. Like, it's all about Bitcoin. It's only Bitcoin. Bitcoin is it. And I was like, well, bro, they've spoken extensively about Bitcoin and how it's the most stable, and that if you're going to invest in only a few assets, Bitcoin and Ethereum is pretty much it.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? They actually agree with you. They're like, yeah, but they talk about HEX or whatever. I'm like, well, they talk about HEX because people ask them what they personally invest in, and they say what they personally invest in, but they always say they're coin agnostic, and that the two most stable coins are Ethereum and Bitcoin. So what are you trying to argue here?
Right.
It's just like, I was just like, dude, people just hate to hate. You know what I mean? They don't even know what your arguments are.
I know this is going to come up eventually, probably in the chats.
Incredible.
Yeah. But you want to answer it now?
Yeah,
Richard.
Oh, that one.
Oh, yeah.
Shit. Yeah, because that was huge.
Just
People
before that, one thing I'll say.
But guys, get the questions in. We're going to have them. We got the Rumble rants. If you guys want to send a super chats, FNF superchat.com.
Right.
FNFsuperchat.com. That's basically your super chat button. It's at the top of the description, and it's also going to be pinned in the chat. Okay, guys, and the course is live right now as well.
Yep.
If you guys want to jump in and have
As
these
of the
guys
show.
teach you.
As of the show.
As of this show, it's live,
Live now.
and I'll show you my crypto portfolio, like I always do. It's been going up.
You
even
inspired
though-
me to get mine.
It's been going up. So
Yeah, the only thing I
go
wanted
ahead.
to say on that was we do the way we talk about coins in the course, because people tend to be very tribalistic or
They are, dude. They
religious
really are.
zealots. Yeah, exactly. On coins. So we're coin agnostic. We will make money on any cryptocurrency that's out there. Right. We, of course, in our portfolio, we give a breakdown of how to build a safe portfolio. We want at least 50% of your portfolio, if you're just starting in crypto, to be Bitcoin and or Ethereum.
Yep.
Right. But then we help you out with the
trying
other
to say
stuff.
Ethereum's a scam. That's when I was like, you're not credible, bro.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. So
like
that's
everything
all I
runs
need
on
to say to that.
Ethereum. Like, come on, dude. Like,
Yeah.
what are you talking? Whatever.
Yeah.
So,
But
They're
going to the other.
They're just here's the thing. This is why we're coin agnostic versus maximalist. Is that a maximalist is just all in on one coin,
Right.
and basically, if you're buying anything else, you're taking food out of my mouth. And that's why they're mad. So it's like, this is why the guys earlier were saying Bitcoin, not crypto. Bro, most people learned about crypto. I mean, they know Bitcoin, but they're buying like Dogecoin. What ends up happening, like what they don't understand is, like, it's good that they get into the meme coins. Then eventually they learn their lesson and they go to Bitcoin and they get Ethereum. But you need something to, like, you need to find out about it.
Yeah.
So that's what's so good about it. I mean, like, dude, like, I mean, Bitcoiners should be thinking Elon Musk. Do you know how many people he ended up onboarding into crypto because of Dogecoin?
A lot.
A lot.
Well, it's kind of like saying, hey, Tesla's the only stock that I'll buy. Anything else in the S&P 500 is a scam. It's shit.
Stupid.
yeah.
And then miss out on NVIDIA. Yeah.
I mean, I can relate to like cars. Like when you have a certain car you like a Lambo. You're
Yeah.
like, forget Porsches or Ferraris, Lambo only.
Yep.
So I get it.
Yeah.
It's part of the club.
Yeah. Okay. Did you want to hit the Richard Hurt thing or
Yeah.
questions
yeah.
first?
Well, we can do this first.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll hit some of these questions. Bills, can we pull them up real quick? And guys, we should be good on all, like I said, all the platforms now. We're back on YouTube. Sorry about that little hiccup there. First live caught, big love from the UK. Shout out to Simon Scott 1.
The man
Appreciate that.
Sheesh.
We got, what else? Albo Ace goes, I have some Bitcoin from a few years ago on local Bitcoins that I forgot about. They are shutting down the site in a year. What's a good wallet to transfer the funds to, or what else should I do with it?
Trezor Model T,
Yep.
or you can use a Trust wallet or the Coinbase wallet for mobile and stuff like that, or
Anywhere
online.
where
Yeah.
you hold the private keys, right? So
Yeah.
cold storage or a wallet where you actually have the private keys. So the ones he mentioned are the best in the market for that.
All right.
And then we got Fuentes. Frustration begins when knowledge ends. Shout out to FNF for educating us. Knowledge is power. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. Bunny's best bets goes super late because Myron kept poor Mo and Bills up so late. Yeah, we were up late last night. Pause. It's the masculine investor Charlie Miguel for After Hours. How about you guys sit with the ladies and spit some facts? Shout out to my Dave One Pulse Chain
Pulse Chain
Bros.
Bros.
That's from Let's Go
There you go.
5000. Appreciate that. And then we got Uncommon Studios, BTC, ETC only. Everything else are shit coins. Use cold storage to hold.
That's probably that same guy.
Well,
Yeah.
the one thing he doesn't understand, I think he means Bitcoin and Ethereum. He put ETC, which is Ethereum Classic, which is basically not really a coin that's going to do much. So,
Okay.
he's already making the mistakes there. Get in the course, bro. We'll help you out. We'll teach you how to be coin agnostic.
Yeah. And then we got here someone 001. I'm a futures trader. Thoughts on the CFTC becoming the federal regulatory body of crypto? Also, why are crypto futures being traded by mostly private investors as seen in the weekly COT report?
Interesting question. I think a
What
lot
is
of
the CFTC?
Yeah, the CFTC is basically the other branch. It's the Trading Commission, right? The National Trading Commission.
Okay.
And they basically are, right now, they have the purview over Bitcoin, the SEC, right?
Are they a branch? That's what I was going to ask. Are they like a branch of the SEC?
They're just like similar to them. So the Trading Commission just doesn't have quite as much authority right now over all of crypto. It has authority only over Bitcoin because Bitcoin's a commodity, right? So the CFTC,
Not a security.
not a security. They take care of that. Whereas the SEC is trying to get everything labeled as a security, right? Everything else other than Bitcoin. So one of the reasons why futures contracts are most likely being traded mainly by institutions or more sophisticated investors is because crypto is largely retail driven. And so anybody who uses a tool like futures, right, is going to be a more sophisticated investor. They're not going to be your normal average everyday person like a retail trader.
What's a
is.
futures? What is that specific?
So
exactly?
basically, it's a way for you to buy Bitcoin on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, the CME,
Okay.
which is basically traditional exchange, but you don't buy real Bitcoin. You're just buying a paper contract, So this is like an IOU,
Yeah.
right? That says you can trade this around and we'll give you the money equivalent when you cash it out, but we won't give you Bitcoin.
Yeah, like it's mostly used by commodity traders. Like when, like as an example, like they're trying to buy corn. It's kind of a way they do insurance. It's kind of like they bet with or against the price. So like as an example, they if the price is going to like
You can long and short it.
You can long and short it basically. So it's a way like if to protect yourself from like commodity prices crashing. So like if you have a bunch of corn and you're trying to sell it for a high price, but you're afraid that if you keep waiting, you're trying to wait to get a higher price, and then as you sell it, the price crashes. You have these shorts here to give you a bunch of money to then offset your losses.
So farmers, for example, would use, like more sophisticated farming operations would use something like that to hedge. So if they're like, oh shit, we could have a bad year, I'll hedge with some futures. So that way, I have less downside risk.
It's the lock-in prices. So you're like, at least I'm going to get this much per bushel.
Right.
At least.
But to answer the question, the other thing which this is going to be relevant for is there are spot ETFs, right? So they're represented as exchange-traded funds, right? So the spot ETF, which Bitcoin is trying to get basically approved right now, the next approval date is around October 17th, mid-October. There's a bunch of companies trying to get that. The difference between that and a futures ETF, so spot versus futures, is the spot ETF actually means the exchange has to buy Bitcoin.
They're buying real off the market.
Real Bitcoin off the market for the paper contracts they're selling. So one is basically fake money that people are trading around digitally, and the other one is backed by the real thing.
And the fake one, it comes from this Chicago Mercantile Exchange that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Or the CME. Is that almost the same as like when we discussed Robinhood? Remember how Robinhood gives you kind of like similar like an IOU, but you don't actually hold the coin?
Back in the day.
Okay, so now if you buy...
You can buy real, and then, but it's
so Robinhood no longer sucks?
No longer, well, it's...
it's a more sophisticated,
Yeah.
it's a more sophisticated way of doing the same thing. Because Robinhood, right, wanted to keep you in their system.
Yeah.
Wall Street players, they're not the most friendly towards Bitcoin until recently, right?
Of course.
And so they're not like, they don't want to get involved with, I don't want to learn how to use an address or how to send and receive, any of that stuff. So they're like, and tax-wise, it's way better for them to trade on the open exchanges because everything's tracked. If they're a hedge fund, for example, they can stay above board. Everybody can see what they're doing. Whereas if they're doing it in crypto, they have to learn, okay, how do I track this? How do I show this to my customers? How do I do all these different things? It's too complicated for them in crypto. So they usually just, the older boomers stay out of it.
So Bitcoin got put on an exchange like Robinhood to grab that audience of the boomers you just mentioned, because a lot of them don't want...
the futures were more towards the boomers and the more sophisticated investors, and then Robinhood's like
millennials, zoomers,
everybody else
Xers.
who doesn't understand the difference between they're getting a real asset or not.
It's because you're buying stocks, and then by having crypto on there, you could sell some of your stocks. Because I used to be on Robinhood a long time ago. You could just sell your stocks, and then you have a cash in the account, and then you just buy Bitcoin on there. But now they've allowed you where you can buy the crypto, and then eventually you can take it off, just like Coinbase.
Because it used to be, I remember we were very critical of Robinhood, where you would have it, but you couldn't do anything with it.
Exactly.
When you bought it on Robinhood.
Right. You just sell it back again, right?
Because people started finding out about all the other exchanges, and then Robinhood they stopped selling so much.
Yeah.
So they're like, now they're like, oh fuck, no, we got to be competitive. Let's start letting you people take
it out.
Yeah, take it out.
Okay. Sorry, Fresh, you had something?
No, I was just gonna say like I'm confident knowing that like most people don't have crypto, so like it's good for us.
It's a big edge.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's good for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, all the people watching right now, like you guys are getting put on because it's look.
We only got 1.1K watching on YouTube. I mean, that should tell you like what, you know what I mean? But if we got some girls in here, we'll have 20, 30,000 people watching.
We have more Rumble. We have like
how many were? Yeah, because we got. But sorry, but either way, the guys that are watching, y'all are the higher IQ individuals because you guys understand. So we got 5,000 y'all watching right now compared to if we're talking about some BS or girls in here. Yeah. It just goes to show. This is why most people are poor, bro.
Well,
but this is a chance to win big.
This is yeah.
Well, and value investors, right? They tend to be the smarter type of investors. Right. When there's blood in the streets, when the markets are screaming bloody murder, right? That's the time to get in. Everybody knows that, right? Warren Buffett says it all the time. The most smartest financial people say it all the time. Yet when you tell people, hey, here's the 4-year cycle, here's the first year of that, here's the year of accumulation, your downside risk on Bitcoin right now is that it goes down to 20,000. Yeah. Your upside risk or reward, right, is that it goes up to 160,000 or 80,000, somewhere in between there.
Even 105.
Right, even 105. Like, is that a good risk to reward ratio?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely, right? So it's one of the easiest bets to take. So value investors, they go with logic, they go with data, they see all of this, and they're like, okay, I'll take a bet. There might be a recession in the next 1 year. It's actually highly likely that we have a recession in the next 1 year. But like I said before,
Aren't we in one right now? Would you say?
since
we-
middle of 22.
technically, yeah.
Yeah.
But like they won't admit it.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Thanks,
the White
White
House
House.
put out
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So we're
White
gonna
House
go
put
to
out
the
that
one.
BS thing saying, "Oh, guys, we're not in a recession." It's like, yeah, we are.
Didn't they change the definition of what it means?
Yeah, they
I was
try
like,
to.
bro.
Yeah.
So they're going to go to the
Biden
recession.
administration.
The recession they'll finally admit.
Yeah.
Basically. So the downside risk is there for that. But like I was telling Fresh before, going into the halving, right? We've done the data on this. Pantera Capital's done the data on this. A lot of people in the space have. Bitcoin should be between at the halving next spring $35,000 to $45,000. That's higher than what it is now, right? So if we get to that point and we have what they declare to be a recession, and we come back down to like 26K where we are now. Right,
It's
and
about
then you can buy more.
25.8 right now, Bitcoin.
Right, and then we had that same thing in 2020, right, which was the same 4 years after is 2024. And so when that happened in 2020, if you bought during the Corona crash, stocks, Bitcoin, everything, you made a shit ton of money.
A lot of money.
Right.
So going into next spring, accumulating tech stocks, AI stuff, crypto, real estate. Not yet real estate. Real estate will be more like next summer.
And I can talk about that too.
Yeah, but like, so anyways, just reasonably speaking, right? People right now, the logical people, the value investors, they're looking at this as like, oh shit, I see a lot of opportunity. So all the guys in the chat who are in that mode of thinking, right? They have less fear than most of the market. So it allows them to do that because of logic. So the more knowledge you compound, right, the better of an investor you can become and the less fearful or greedy you can become. And you tend to do better actions. And that's why we try to give people all the knowledge there in the course so they can stack knowledge just as much as they can stack the coins in their portfolio.
Because I can see someone saying, all right, you know what? I'm going to listen to this advice, buy crypto. But if you don't know when to sell or when to actually like buy more, what's the point?
Right.
Right. So
It's just they're just buying off a hype. And the thing is, if they're buying in hype, they're buying all-time highs.
Yep.
Yeah, like right now, it's like this is why I'm so excited. I'm buying everything
Now
I
you're
can.
buying lows.
I'm buying so fucking much. Like I'm so excited. Like it's just getting past 2023, getting to 24, then 25. We're gonna be in some really good. I mean, because like what's going on the next 2 years is so something I said last time we were here, right? The interest rates were at 4.75. Right now they're at 5.5%, and I was being called a little bit crazy for saying the interest rates are going to go higher. We're about to go to 6%.
yeah.
We're about to go to 6%. So Jerome Powell has said we're going to get at least another 50 basis points of increases. So the next meeting for the Federal Reserve is the 20th of this month, then November 1st, and then December 13th. So these are the next 3 meetings, and depending on which of the 3 they end up doing, we can get 25, then 25, and then historically, when they say, okay, we're done increasing, we usually get a little bit of a stock market crash, like 5 to 10% dip in the market, and they said they're going to hold the rates there at 6% for over 6+ months. So that means the summer of next year is probably, if you're a cash buyer of real estate and stuff, probably the bottom of the market's like third quarter for real estate in 2024. But if you're trying to actually buy in terms of using credit, not 20% down or a first time homeowner sort of loan, it'd be sometime in the first quarter of 2025 because interest rates are going to go from 6% in, I would say, the end of this year. And then by the end of 2024, they're going to be at 5% and then 3.5% by the end of 2025. So they promise to do 100 basis points drop in 24 and then 150 to 125 basis point drop in 2025. So this is why the market's like a little weird where like we've been in a recession already since the middle of 2022, but it's kind of a weird thing where the interest rate's going to start going down now.
And you could just tell the audience real quick what actually defines a recession.
Yeah, it's 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth.
Yeah.
Right.
Which we've had,
which
and
we've
we've
had
had
trying to
forever.
lie about.
Yeah.
So we've been in a recession since like the middle of last year, which is crazy. I mean, we can tell.
Bitcoin's hit the low, and FTX fucking happened to Bitcoin.
Oh yeah.
You couldn't like
Sam Bankman Fraud.
yeah,
Right.
fucker's in jail right now. Thank God, right?
Yeah.
Take all of his money away.
What
take
happened
all
with
of
his business
money away.
partner?
His business partner, one of his business
The
partners.
chick,
Sorry.
the girl, right?
Well, recently there's a guy named Ryan S. I forgot how to pronounce his last name, basically.
Okay.
But he's basically going to give a plea deal, right? And this month he's basically saying, hey, FTX was a criminal operation. He was part of it, right? And he's basically throwing Sam Bankman Fraud under the bus.
Under the bus.
Yep.
Weren't they trying to like drop some of his charges as well?
He
They
was trying-
dismissed like 1 or 2 counts from the indictment.
But tiny ones or small stuff.
There was like
Okay.
BS ones.
Yeah.
But they got him so strong on the other stuff that it doesn't matter.
CoffeeZilla Holy crap, bro. He got him saying stuff on camera. It's hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and so the point of that being, right, we already had the worst things that can happen in this market, right? And what Miguel said there about interest rates and everything, one thing that you do notice when interest rates get paused, like he was saying after some point next year when they do get paused.
Yeah.
When that happens, the long period, not a long period of time, but like a few months or a couple of years, whenever that's happened in the past, whenever we've had pause at interest rates, Bitcoin has like 95% of the time gone up during that period of time.
With interest rate spikes,
With interest rate they basically being paused after they've already, increased the rates a bunch of times.
Yeah. And I think this is the importance of being so diversified when it comes to investing, guys. Like I've told y'all before, right? So like with real estate, right? When interest rates go up, it kind of sucks because now, when you get a mortgage, a 30-year fix, it's not going to be as good because your cash flow is going to go down because
where's it at right now? Where's it at right now?
So if you're going to go ahead and get it as an investor, it's going to be somewhere between 8 to 9. If you buy it yourself, somewhere between 6 to 8. Depending on your credit score or whatever. So versus a couple years ago,
that's pretty high, honestly.
It was 3%.
Yeah.
You were getting it at 3-4%. Like all my houses that I have, I'm not refinancing none of them. Like I got a couple houses that I locked in at like 3-4%, even 5. So I'm keeping those things, right? But when the interest rates go high, I told y'all before, with these high interest savings accounts, since the interest rates are going up with the Fed, you can go ahead and take advantage and open up one of these high interest savings accounts, and you'll be able to go ahead and make some money back. Because 6%, if you have $1 million is extensive, but if you have like, let's say $100,000, that's $6,000 a year.
Yeah.
Right. 6%.
Or buy crypto.
Yeah.
And then you can go ahead or buy crypto because crypto is going to give you a way faster return.
I just think for the average person that wants to invest in themselves, of course, you get some crypto, get some money saved for some real estate. But as you become better and you get more knowledgeable about crypto, you learn more. You save your money in the crypto.
Because it's not easy to find deals.
Yeah, right.
It's hard for me to find a real estate deal right now. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at crypto and I'm looking at high interest savings accounts and I'm just like putting money into those and then I'm putting money into crypto.
But treasuries might be a move too.
Because you don't need a credit score for crypto. You don't need, for example, all
the
these
barrier to entry is not. For all you guys out there that have shitty credit, you have some money that you want to dump or invest. Excuse me. Well, you're dumping it into an investment.
Yeah.
Crypto is a good way to go for some of you guys until you build up your credit.
Yeah,
and you guys always say don't put all your money, put what you can afford to
lose. Yeah, and to invest in stuff.
You have to be able to afford, like literally the mindset. We call it crypto mindset for a reason. You have to be willing to lose it.
Yeah.
Right. You literally just like, okay, like the first time I bought Ethereum, I'm like, this shit is called Ether. I am literally throwing my money into the ether.
Into the void.
Into the void. Just close your eyes, throw it in there, see what happens, right?
The dead zone.
I thought I was going to lose it. It went from $90 to $400, right, per coin. Yep. I was like, holy shit. Okay, there's something to this, right? And so like I would recommend, kind of based on what you're saying there, anybody who has like some money, but they don't have like the $1 million that Myron was saying, they can basically, the next 2 years, right? If you take the course and you jump or watch our YouTube for free, whatever it is, the next 2 years, right? 6 months into the halving, you basically buy, right? You just buy. We'll talk about what's good in crypto that you can buy, how to avoid the bad shit. And then, right, you let that appreciate for a year and a half. You take some profits on that. As you're taking profits after you pay your taxes, if you made a good amount of money from that, let's say you're going to try to average a 20x on your entire portfolio, which is very possible in crypto over that 2-year period. Let's say your property that you want to buy is, let's say, $100,000. Then you just do the backwards math. How much money do I need after taxes, right, from crypto gains if I only have X amount to put in now to get to 100,000 in pure profit that I can use that cash and go buy real estate in 2025 or 2026.
There you go.
Crypto is a fantastic way.
It's a springboard
to get into real estate, right? Because like, here's the thing. Let's say your credit sucks right now, right? And some of y'all, you guys watch our podcast. We've helped y'all increase your credit score. Which, by the way, we're going to hook you guys up with a credit repair company. For some of you guys that like got some money and you're like, oh, I don't really know how to get some of these things off my letters. It's very cumbersome and annoying. Yeah, you can absolutely do it yourself. We actually had Bandman Campbell come in and talk about it.
Yeah.
But if you want to hire someone to do it for you, we're going to go ahead and hook you all up with somebody. But the point I'm trying to make is this. Your credit sucks, but you got a good job now. You got a little bit of capital, whatever it may be. You could take that money, since you don't have the credit score to get into real estate effectively, take that money, put it into crypto. It's probably going to go up if you buy coin, if you know what you're doing, right? Yeah. Or at least be a safe place to store it where you're going to make some kind of money. Then get your credit score up, wait maybe a year or two, no matter how long it takes. You have that money there, and you can use that money, which is probably going to appreciate if you hold it long enough, and use it to get into real estate.
You know what I would do? Go back in time, or if I lost everything, I would get 2 jobs. First job I'll pay my bills with, any money I would save up in my account. like a second job, and throw that all into crypto.
Yep.
But in a year or two, once
if your credit score sucks, guys, that's
what I did.
It's really one of the best ways to invest if your credit score sucks is cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
You guys got to keep watching Money Mondays.
Yeah.
You guys are the only people out here educating people. I swear to God,
trying,
dude.
man. Trying, bro.
shit.
Like that's what. Yeah. If I was,
You want the girls? Well, guess what, my friend? Without the lifestyle, are you being stable for yourself? They ain't coming, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
They ain't coming.
and the thing with real estate too is like, you know, guys, if your credit score is not good, like we're talking about interest rates, assuming your credit score is good.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, 8-9%, assuming your credit score is not shit. If it's like shit, bro, you gonna be paying double digits.
11.
Bro,
You know, like
you can forget it.
Yep.
you can forget it. Like, so you got to get your credit score on point, but that's going to take time. So in the meantime, while you wait, well, the barrier to entry is pretty low for crypto and the returns are huge.
Yeah.
Yes, it's risky, but if you're buying fairly stable coins, like we tell y'all over here, whether it's Bitcoin or Ethereum, you should be straight, man.
Dude, real estate's
Some of
going to be
y'all-
pumping.
And some of y'all spend money on bottles and clubs, random stuff you don't even need. Bro, just
Yeah.
put it and invest in yourself.
I look at my crypto wallet as like, okay, this is like emergency money that I can use if I need it to like buy a house or to get out of a tricky situation.
Yeah.
And bro, I haven't really lost that much money because you just buy it at smart times.
Yeah, it's a long-term savings account.
It
That's
is.
what I tell people.
Better than a bank.
Yeah,
way
it's
better.
Way better than a bank, and it's the actual fight against long-term inflation, right? I mean, if you look at, there's some people who are like,
Probably the best. It's probably the best hedge against it, man.
yeah,
Real estate and
but it
crypto
has
are the
to be
best.
long-term.
Yeah, it has to be.
And like, how long have you been in crypto now?
Like we're gonna go on 4 years here, so very soon.
Exactly. So,
Since I met Charlie.
and Myron, I know, is a value investor because, right, when I was talking to you about crypto back in 2019, around this time, you were like, I'm not so sure about that, but I want to listen and I want to hear what it's about.
Yeah.
Right. And you were looking for opportunity when the market was down.
Yeah.
Right. And then I explained it to you. And one of the things that I thought was hilarious, you said, like, bro, that's way too complicated. Can you simplify this shit for me?
Yeah,
I was like, all right, let me try that again. Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I basically brought it back a little bit. And then I'm just like, okay, do this, do that, and the other thing. And you'll be good. And now you still have that money as savings. It's appreciated. It's actually
Never sold any of it. I have it. You know,
right. If you were to have held that in cash, you would have less value of purchasing power right now. And
Fresh is a DJ like me.
Yeah, bro. I was like, give me a watch. Give some tangible, bro. 'Cause I'm like, I
so
get
should
it.
we go into Pepe?
There's numbers in Bitcoin, but I'm like, oh, some tangible, bro.
Yeah.
Tangible real quick.
Yeah, like you got to get those quick hits too, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because if you don't get the W's, right, then sometimes the long-term play is really, really hard.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's like, okay, usually it's like when we're talking to everybody in the class and everything, it's like, okay, what are your goals? What are they ultimately?
Right.
Based on the information that we're telling you here on like a conservative take of Bitcoin going to, let's say, $110,000, right? Then where
that's
would
a conservative take, 110, but that's within a few years, right?
Yeah, I would say like
2025.
really, really barely. Like the worst case scenario is like $81,000 Bitcoin around the end of 2025. Best case scenario, in my opinion, is like $225,000 Bitcoin, but that's crazy,
That's
right? So I'm
we're going
thinking
bonkers.
the gold.
So by 2025, 81K.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, that's pretty
easy.
Yeah.
Like I bet some people 20K on that. If you guys want to take that, if you want to take that bet,
No, I think it'll go. I mean, Bitcoin is becoming more and more prominent amongst people as like the economy gets worse and worse. People are looking to into other avenues to store their money, man.
Right. And so like go and find those goals, and obviously there's going to be changes, things happen, so you have to stick with it over time. But we tell people take those goals that you have and be like, okay, so one goal, let's say, is I want, something that's a few $1,000s that I can splurge on.
Right.
Cool. Now, long term, I want something that's a few $100,000 that I'm not splurging on, but that I can use for generational wealth with my family and all that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, how do we get to both goals? And, right, like it's kind of like walking to the casino. If you're going to try to go to the fast goal, that's perfectly fine, right? You can make money with Pepe. You can make money with different coins, with newer coins, all that stuff. But if you walk into the casino with $500, $1,000, $10,000, $100,000, whatever it is, right? If you go down to zero, are you going to go to the ATM and take out more cash? Hell no, right? So if you try to take the home run shot and you swing and you miss, okay, I tried, and then you still have the long-term investment bag, no worries. You hit it, which a lot of our guys have. We have a lot of guys every quarter. They're buying new rims, they're buying new whatevers for their cars, everything, right?
We tell them to buy assets, but people,
sometimes they buy ass, not assets. You know? I'm joking, bro.
That's true. No, you're right. Though. These crypto guys come to Miami, bro. They be
Puerto
tricking on
Rico,
these chicks,
Colombia,
man.
Brazil.
We had a couple girls on the pod. Oh yeah, we hung out with this crypto millionaire. He was young. He was like 21, and he kept spending money
They
for
be
us to hang out
milking
with
them
him.
niggas, bro. bro.
Bro, he
Yeah.
literally
Milking
paid them to hang out with
Which
you.
is why everybody listening to the show needs to listen to your guys' content on both Money Mondays as well as
Bro,
the Red
bro.
Pill
Well,
show.
there were some girls that were at his house for what, 2-3 days, and he paid them to stay.
Jesus.
Day. That's crazy, bro.
That's
wild,
insane.
man.
Wow. What's
Yeah.
the point of money if you got a blue pill mindset? You got to get the red. You got
Facts.
to be red
Facts.
pill.
100%.
Because then all that's going to happen is you're going to lose the money because you're going to be doing dumb simp stuff.
And
You're
I
getting
guarantee you, when they lost the money in that wave of like, happened with crypto, and they were in the club popping bottles, taking girls on yachts, where'd they now?
Back
Bro.
at work.
Girls are gone.
Bro,
No,
the amount of
the
people that
girls
ask me
are
for
gone
money
and they
is insane.
have to go back to work.
Bro, I know a guy that was blowing money crazy, bro. I won't
Yeah.
say his name because, just
I respect.
because.
Yeah.
But you know where he works now? Chipotle.
No.
I was like, what?
No.
Dead ass, bro. It won a Brickle. I won't say who it is, but it's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Actually, here's one thing I will say, and I won't go into too many specifics, but one of the ways that I was like, oh shit, we're getting close to the 4-year cycle low in the last quarter of last year. September of last year, right, I was on LinkedIn as I do like once a quarter just to see what's happening, in the
plebs.
corporate world with the plebs, right? Because we were once plebs. But basically, I just watched around to see what happened. And I noticed there was a person who I knew decently well who was in crypto for a very long time, right, and made good money in crypto. And he had quit crypto, gone totally, into his investments and everything. And then I saw on LinkedIn, boom, hired, good company, good job, everything, no hate, I respect the guy, but he's crawling back to
See that
good old
rise
jobby
and
job.
fall, yeah.
This dude hated working too.
Yeah, he had no risk management, right? He was like, okay, I'll get rich and then I'll spend it all and then I'll go back to slave job, right? Then I'll get rich again,
Yeah.
right? Go back to zero, go back to the job. Boom, boom, boom. You never become wealthy.
Yeah.
You become rich sometimes, right? But you never become wealthy. This is a pattern
It's that
for a lot of
lottery
people.
mindset,
Yeah.
basically.
It's like when you guys talk about guys who like work all year just to have one weekend in Miami. Get the
Right.
Lamborghini,
Yeah.
get the Ferrari,
You're right.
just to look. I mean,
So
like
many
literally,
people do
dudes only making like $50,000 a year. They say 15 grand and blow it all in one weekend.
Yeah.
That's their
Damn.
whole life.
Yeah.
Or-
Right.
or EDC dudes,
Yeah,
Burning
yeah,
Man
facts.
guys,
Burning Man.
Burning
Man. Oh, L.
Yo, wait, well, how was the guy like a millionaire or some shit? What? Like,
Well, he put online he's a millionaire, and he made some good money. I mean, he tried to get on the show too, but I'll tell you later. But I don't want to put it out there.
how much crypto did he have?
I don't know the exact amount.
I've met people who had multi-millions
So he was high six
that
figures
went
and
back
lost it
down.
all.
Yeah, dude. Every night in the club, Van Dome, Mr. Jones, popping bottles. I'm like, bruh, what's going on? But again, man, you gotta be careful. But this got with anybody though.
It's
Just
like
real.
the Icarus story, right? You can fly real high, but you better have made strong wings by that point to not fall.
Yeah.
Yo, you got to be an idiot to have that kind of money and like lose it and
But
then
remember,
be broke
the
again.
mindset
bro.
is
Like,
I made the
oh
money
my God.
fast. I didn't work for it.
Yeah.
It just popped it like this.
You know who else suffers from that?
Who?
Like OnlyFans chicks and strippers.
100%.
Bro, they always think to themselves, "Oh, I'm gonna get this money right back." Like, and then like, and there's girls that have come on the show that we know, guys that like make $50,000-$100,000 a month, and they're still broke.
Yeah.
And professional
It's scary.
athletes too,
Yeah, professional athletes,
right? Like I think there's a stat out there that the guys in the NBA who take the most 3-point shots, they're the highest risk takers. They tend to become broke after they retire more frequently.
oh
Right?
wow,
Than others.
Yeah.
And this was back like in the early 2000s when
Okay.
like threes still weren't like the majority of the thing.
Yeah.
So like Steph Curry, make sure you don't sign with FTX again.
Yeah.
Make sure you take the crypto mindset course. I will get you good, bro.
He did do a partnership with them, didn't
Yes.
Yes, he
he?
did.
Yeah. Oh,
Many
Lord.
YouTubers too.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 His
that's-
wife has like a full on restaurant losing money in Vegas.
Damn, bro.
Well, and this is why we don't, when we run our channel, we said at the very beginning, right? When we introduced ourselves, we said, hey, we built our own channels, right? So that we don't have to shill other people's shit,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
We can
Yeah.
give people good information with this
You
course.
build it.
That's
They will
why.
come.
That's why I love y'all so much, because you guys don't sit there and be like, buy this coin on this exchange, etc. You guys are super neutral. Hey, these are the exchanges that you can use. Hey, these are cold storage wallets that you can use.
Yep.
Hey, this is what you can invest in. Okay, if you're more risk tolerant, you can go ahead and get this. But you guys are able to give pretty much an unbiased answer based on what people ask you. Now, people ask you guys all the time, oh, what do you invest in, right? Miguel might say Hexagon, blah, 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 all this other stuff. But he's telling you what he invested because you asked him. They're like, what do you expect? Like, when
right.
people get mad at his answer, it's like, this is what it is.
Right.
Speaking of which, real quick, Richard Hart,
Yes.
what's going on with that? Give us an update. I know y'all know him personally.
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
So SEC is suing everybody in crypto.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody.
Coinbase, Binance.
They're going after Ethereum. So basically, what they're doing is they're doing a blanket attack on any of the top 20 cryptos.
Okay.
So they went after XRP. XRP gave them a big L.
Yep.
And then literally the next day they went after Richard Hart because basically the XRP won their case and they had egg on their face. So they're trying to
so they officially won finally.
Yeah,
this
they
battle's
officially
been going
won
on for years.
And now
they appealed it, so it's still
it.
going to be a little bit of a process. But basically, the judge said, "Nah, the SEC is wrong."
I'm getting so mad because I support the XRP guys because I don't think like the SEC is completely stepping over the line. It's ridiculous. They're
I was going to say, wasn't this supposed to be the Crypto Trade Commission that we talked about earlier? The CFTC.
Well,
are they supposed
they
to be the
control
ones?
Bitcoin, right? And Gary Gensler right now is basically arguing because everything else he thinks is a security, it shouldn't be under the CFTC's purview. So he's trying to steal the other branches, what do you call it? Authority, right?
Okay.
And so
the SEC takes everything else that isn't BTC.
They're trying to.
Okay.
It's a gang warfare. They're right now between these two agencies. They're trying to fight to see who controls everything, and that's what's going on right now. So the only
it's all about control.
Yeah, the only 3 cryptos that aren't securities is just Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin.
But now that Ripple is basically like, it wasn't sold as a security. There's actually emails, the Hinman emails. One of the ex-SEC guys named Bill Hinman.
Yeah.
In 2017, he wrote an email, talked about Ethereum with Vitalik Buterin in there. They actually met him and talked to him in person. And they said, this is not a security. And then for the last 3 years, they've been saying it's a security.
Yeah.
But it's not. So most of these cases against, Binance, against Coinbase, against Richard Hart.
Yeah.
Some people are like, I like Coinbase, but I don't like Richard Hart. So like this looks bad for him, but I think Coinbase is going to win. It's like stupid, right?
Okay. So, and I want to make this clear too, because people are saying that, Richard Hart scammer, blah, blah, all this other stuff, or he got in trouble. Guys, he got civilly sued. Being sued and being arrested are two different things. It's a civil case.
Yeah. There's like an old lawsuit against him. Basically, some guy. So he pretty much was one of the first guys on the internet, and he ended up creating like spam emails. Like he just started spamming out to a bunch of places in terms of like he was trying to sell his product, and some guy sued him for $500.
Richard Hart?
Yeah,
well, this is like Amazon links.
It was like super. So imagine like someone just wants to sue you just for some bullshit.
Yeah.
And then he lived in Florida, so in order for him to actually show up to court, he had to fly out to Washington, and he was like, for $500, bro, I ain't going. So then he just paid the $500 and that's it.
Yeah.
And this is why like people, when you search his name up, it says scammer. No, it was like a $500 lawsuit.
Right. And he's like
pretty
dumb.
Trump's been sued a million times too. People forget that. Like once you have, he has like something like 100+ lawsuits. So okay, so he's being sued, and you're saying that the SEC is basically making a civil case against all the top 20 cryptos.
Yes.
They're suing all of them. So it's not just
many
Richard
of them
being
as
sued.
they can.
Coinbase being sued. Kraken's being sued. All of them.
Yes.
So the SEC allowed Coinbase to sell all types of cryptos, Bitcoin, everything. And then so that was like maybe 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Then they sued him again. Hey, why are you guys selling other cryptos? Well,
you said
you said we could. So like, that's the shit where he's like, they're on some crazy power trip. And on top of that, Gary Gensler, right? He was caught on video shilling like
Gary
Algorand.
Gensler, is he the head of the SEC? Okay.
Yeah. He got caught on camera basically shilling, like he's a professor, he was shilling Algorand.
Yep.
He was shilling a bunch of these altcoins to people to his classes.
If he's successful and says, okay, Coinbase should go to jail, Richard Hart should go to jail, CZ from, what do you call it? Binance should go to jail.
He should too.
Exactly.
He should too then.
Exactly.
What the hell?
Okay.
So
that's something that people don't want to, okay, so, because everyone's like, oh, Richard Hart got sued, he's a scammer, blah, blah, but what they don't want to admit is that everyone's being sued.
Everybody.
So basically, because they don't like him, what do they do? Pinpoint him only.
Yeah, pinpoint him only.
He's getting sued, he's a scammer.
But all these other exchanges and creators of certain coins are getting sued as well.
So Uniswap just won their lawsuit a couple days ago. So they sued Uniswap. They were suing.
So SEC suing everyone.
Everybody. It doesn't matter.
As many people as they can.
They were coming after influencers as well. Like they were coming for like a lot of the influencer lawsuits are like got more holes than Swiss cheese. I mean, like it's pretty insane. They're just basically seeing.
Can't come after us because we say hey, this works, this works, blah blah. Hey, it ain't financial advice, and we're telling y'all we're agnostic over here. So
yeah,
right.
It's crazy. They're not going after the guys that were shilling FTX either. Which well, we'll see in October what ends up happening with that. But but it's so they did a lawsuit against Uniswap trying to sue them for basically having coins launched.
They're suing Graham Stephan, the Indian dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're trying to sue fucking Larry David over doing an FTX commercial.
I completely forgot about that they launched a big ass lawsuit against everyone that pushed FTX, all the biggest influencers.
Yep. Yes.
Graham Stephan, what's that internet dude's name? The Indian dude.
The Sheik dude?
The Sheik looking dude.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat's gonna say it. He's an Indian guy that gives has a financial channel.
Is it Minority Mindset or something?
Minority Mindset, I think it was.
A bunch of them.
Yeah, bro. Like everyone that pushed FTX, they sued all of them, bro.
that Indian dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Kevin
and that's all I remember. He wears the thing on his head.
And here's the thing: is because they're not in the crypto space, so they didn't know. Like, this is the problem: is like if like we had their phone number, if I had Grant Stephan's phone number, he lives in Vegas, I would have told him not to do it.
Yeah.
I would have told them not to do it.
Yeah,
because
y'all were skeptical of FTX from the beginning,
from the jump, because it was they were claiming to be like a U.S. exchange, and they were out of fucking not Barbados, they were out of what's it called Bahamas, right?
Hey man, don't put us there, bro.
But so they were trying to. So this was they're trying strategically. They're trying to kill crypto, and crypto keeps winning these lawsuits because it's bullshit. So what they did is they were trying to sue Uniswap. So imagine like you had like all right, imagine this, I'm YouTube, and I'm getting sued for having Fresh and Fit on. Yeah. No, they decided to create a channel. Like I don't have any responsibility for that. Imagine like that's what they're trying to do. So they were trying to sue them for having altcoins being sold on Uniswap. Well, dude, like
the decentralized exchange, they can't control.
Yeah,
they can, but they're not going to.
Right. Yeah. And so what ended up happening,
so that defeats the entire purpose of being decentralized.
Exactly.
Right.
And so they won that lawsuit because the court agreed. Yeah, that's not they can't get in trouble for that. They just they provide the service. Here's the website. You sell what you want.
Yeah.
Right. And that's it. And the only line that the government does put is on stuff like tornado.cash. So it's stuff like coin mixers, which is basically people trying to hide from taxes. So it's like, imagine like you put an Ethereum inside this contract, and then it splits up your Ethereum into a bunch of pieces. And then when you withdraw an Ethereum, no one could track it. It looks like brand new Ethereum.
Oh, wow.
So they made that illegal, which I can sort of understand. Like that like you're intentionally trying to like hide your shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the only line that the government in terms of courts have, but like, you cannot do that.
Yeah.
That's the only thing, which I understand. But besides that,
most
like
people aren't even doing that anyways.
No, dude, like I'm telling you, like, and we've never recommended people to do that at all. But like, we've just told people to just pay your tax. Literally, we tell people pay their taxes and stuff. Shout out to Steve.
Yeah.
But
Steve from accounting.
Steve from accounting.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of like we're in this crazy kind of mode right now where the SEC is getting kind of dismantled over time. Like they're losing every freaking lawsuit. The Richard Hart lawsuit is basically, I mean, damn near it's almost over his character. That's it.
No.
It's just an easy target. It's just because he was marketing and he was like dressing up in Lambos. He was doing fucking
flashy.
He was like straight up doing splits in here and shit. Like he was on the stripper pole.
Yeah.
But that was just for outreach marketing.
Yeah,
right.
That's it was.
Well, and think about this, right? How many people in the finance, because everybody's like, oh, there's so many scammers in crypto, people I don't like, right? How many people on Wall Street do you like, right? Who are making money, and you're like, I'm going to buy that stock, I'm going to buy this stock, I'm going to bet on that company. Have you met most of the CEOs from these companies that you're betting on?
No.
You'd probably hate their fucking guts.
Yeah. Because you don't see them. They're behind the scenes.
Yep.
All right, let's hit some of these chats real quick.
Sure.
I know you guys got some questions.
Show that everyone's subbing on YouTube
3
and
Diglets.
Twitch.
And guys, do me a favor. We got 1.4K y'all watching on YouTube. Do me a favor. Can y'all like the video? Let's get 100% engagement on this thing. And then we got another, I think, 5,000 or 6,000 watching on Rumble.
Yes.
So, what are the 5 most underrated altcoins?
That's a good one.
I'll do 2, you do 2, or what?
Yeah. So
2 for 2.
now,
We'll
God,
do an extra
I'm
one
sorry
after that.
for this, but no. So I guess one coin, shockingly enough, is like I would say Solana. Now it's not my favorite chain and stuff because it keeps going down, but it's one of the only American chains that was built in America, and VCs from Silicon Valley are pumping money with it. After they've gone Sam Bankman Fraud, they got rid of a lot of his projects, and they're re-putting money back in. Okay. So it's gonna come back. So it just is what it is. Cardano's another one that I really like. Obviously HEX, Pulse Chain, big underrated ones. You can make some good cash on all of these and stuff. And these are altcoins. You should not be putting all your cash. This is like, I'm putting 5%.
Of the portfolio.
Of the portfolio, something like, especially if you're brand new, like me, like I've been around for a long time, like my Ethereum position is still 30%. 30% and I've been in crypto almost 8 years.
I will say this though, being in the scene, the only coin people I've seen last the test of time is Hexicans. Yeah. They've been in the club from day one till now.
Money grows on trees.
I'm like, how are you guys doing this, bro? What the hell?
Right. Well, and like 2 other coins that I'd mention here. So like Pulse Chain, I agree, is like one of the most undervalued coins out there. As well as there's a coin called Thor Swap.
Yep.
Right?
Thor Swap.
It's like
millionaire.
THOR. Right. It's about I think 18 cents right now. There's no financial advice, but if you tend to, pattern wise, if you look at its chart and everything, and it has like a burn rate that's pretty good, that helps to reduce supply over time, all that stuff. It's an exchange on a fundamental level. It's an exchange that allows you to swap coins like Bitcoin to Ethereum, which usually you have to change Bitcoin into an Ethereum-based token first to do anything in the Ethereum area. So it allows you to do cross-chain swaps, which is interoperability is a huge thing in crypto that doesn't yet exist. This exchange helps do that. And so that coin, I think, is undervalued. I bought it under 30 cents. I like that price. Under that price is good.
Nice.
For another one out here, Illuvium.
Yes,
ILV. Basically, there's a huge trend out there with metaverse GameFi that I don't know how much to say right here, right now, but there's companies that are global, right? Not necessarily all US based, who are going to be using GameFi and the metaverse space, because that's going to be built out globally, whether people like it or not.
Yeah.
And through there, they're going to be doing different coins. And Illuvium is a gaming coin in that respect. But when everybody is basically saying crypto gaming's done, metaverse is dead, all that's bullshit, that's usually a good time to buy. And that's one of the premier assets in that space.
And there is one good YouTube channel to watch for that content is like Alex Becker.
Yes.
Alex Becker is like straight up one of the smartest guys in the crypto space.
On metaverse.
He's focused only on GameFi. So like he's just in one little part of crypto. Okay. So it's like right now, like the they're trying to come out right now with like AAA games. Like imagine like you make like a Call of Duty and then you have these loot boxes and stuff like that. So they're trying to, like, right now the crypto space is trying to come out with their first kind of like big hit right now. And that's what's happening right now. Right. That's why it's so exciting, because you had Facebook change their name to Meta, and then every single GameFi, every single AI coin fucking skyrocketed off of, like, because people are like, oh damn, the metaverse is real. This is what Decentraland, Sand, Axie Infinity, all these little micro games and stuff, they went bananas in price. I mean, we're talking about, I was buying some of these coins for 80% of a penny, and they went to $3 to $4.
Wow.
I'm
talking like literally 400 times on your money.
Yeah,
crazy shit.
Illuvium's, I think, around like $40, $50 right now. It started out at $40 in 2020 or whatever.
Yeah.
Went up to $1,800, right, in 2021. Now it's back down to 50. You know, if you like the platform, if you like the game, if you like the people building it who are well connected in the space, it might not be so bad.
It's like a Pokemon battler. That's what it is. It's kind of funny.
Let's see here. What else do we got? Poppy goes, thoughts on MATIC token? Will this coin explode like ETH?
Here we go.
So Miguel doesn't necessarily like MATIC so much. I'm fine with it, but it's a layer 2 on Ethereum. The one thing, MATIC back in the day, right? They didn't start as like a coin that was trying to help Ethereum reduce its fees. That's what a layer 2 means. So it's basically Ethereum's your layer 1 infrastructure. This is an infrastructure that's on top of that to help basically Ethereum run faster and cheaper.
Okay.
Right. So Nike, Disney, a few of these companies are building their projects on MATIC.
Gotcha.
So for that reason, I think it'll have success dollar value wise.
Cheaper fees to do transactions because Ethereum is expensive to do transactions with.
So why? Yeah. So if those companies are using it and it's a good technology, I'll bet on it. But I'm not going to hold it longer than 2 years. I'll sell that shit for more Ethereum later.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let me give you the cons. Now there's a joke that we said like MATIC's completely owned by 13 Indians, but like. So no, so like Charlie said, like I was very early on in the coin called Decentraland, and in there they promised to essentially be like their scaling solution, and essentially they just abandoned that. They just like left and decided to do a second thing. But the one reason why, like, MATIC still is going to make money, it is. But I'm a little worried for them because of Coinbase. Coinbase created their own blockchain called Base Protocol. So the big thing that MATIC's known for is that biz dev. So they're really good at onboarding you as a business. You call them, hey, Fresh and Fit, we'll put you on here. We'll help you out. We'll help you. Like, we have all this business suite stuff, so we can put you in there and help you out to do it. The thing is with Coinbase has got the game. Like, if you ask a normal person, do you know Coinbase or MATIC? They're gonna say Coinbase.
Right.
So you're gonna have every major corporation probably eventually start onboarding into Base Protocol because it's Coinbase. Yeah. Coinbase is on the stock market. They have to be very transparent. They don't have a coin on it or nothing like that. Possible airdrop. So this is the reason. So now you have a big competitor now. Yeah. Base is a real competitor now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And guys, if you guys want more sauce like this, man, they got a course out right now where they're going to go ahead and do a bunch of Zoom calls and teach you guys. They're going to talk about it in more detail here in a second.
Yeah.
But guys, these are the dudes you guys want to help you out. Coin agnostic. Hey, you ask them for their opinion on altcoins. They're going to give you guys their honest opinion. Hey, I am in it. I'm not in it. This is what I've heard. These are the returns I've seen, etc. Edible Waffles goes, thank you, Fresh Fit, for all you do. Been watching for 3 years and love the content. Thank you, bro, for supporting for so long. Learned a lot, and people need to hear this fire. Also, would you guys consider doing a video with Forex Guy on Money Monday with a Forex Guy?
I think we have already.
We can bring Q Banks back again.
Yeah.
And do an up because we didn't actually talk about trading with him.
We didn't. We just talked about his life.
Yeah, so maybe we could bring him back and talk about trading. Since
Does Lambo Raul do forex?
Yes, he does.
I think he does, right?
He might actually might trade stocks and stuff, but he's a cool dude.
I think he's a day trader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll
cool.
go ahead and do a forex
We'll bring
episode
somebody
because
on.
I don't think we've not done a forex show.
Text him right now.
So all right, we got y'all. We'll make it happen. But I'm going to warn y'all, it's risky. It's not for everybody. I make that very clear for you guys. I know there's people that want to trade forex and stuff, but it's very risky. 31 million Shib took an absolute haircut on it. Do I dump it or hold it for lotto?
So if you've held it this long, so it's all about, again, the 4-year cycles, right? So I said the first year, which is this year, is a year of accumulation. Next year is the year of Ethereum and then some altcoins. 2025 is the year of the top and also altcoin seasons. And then 2026 is the year of the dump, right?
Yep.
And so he held through the year of the dump of 2022 in that 4-year cycle.
Yep.
And he held it all the way to the bottom. And then now we're back up a little bit again. So
might as well hold it out now.
Exactly.
But notice how he
You've been through the bottom, my friend. It's time to collect on that.
This guy's a smart guy, but you also have to notice he's starting to waver a little bit. This is when people drop the bag.
Correct.
Right. So it's like if you held this long, like what I would probably tell you, I mean, like I haven't checked the price on it. If you're really down significantly on it, you just be better off doubling the size of the bag and just chilling on it.
Yeah, just buy the same amount for a way cheaper price. Don't do anything with it until late 24. Then you can sell it for some profit. Good. If you really don't like it, and you're just like, I can't manage holding this anymore, I don't want to be reminded of it, then just turn it into something, that's more stable over the long term, like Ethereum or another coin like that.
But, so this is why it's so important. This is why we're getting these low altcoin prices, is because people are now like, well, maybe I should drop it now. And then they're dropping it to me. And that's what
and to BlackRock and to, the smart investors.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, who's up?
What's up
next? Yeah. We got... and then we're gonna close out here soon, guys. We got a second show for you guys with Joe McBride, aka
Today's gonna
Andrew
be a
and Tristan's lawyers. We're gonna talk about the case. Danger Aaron goes, what are your thoughts on crypto casinos like Stake or Dual Bits? What coin should I use to play with, and should I vault my earnings?
No.
Yeah, dangerous.
Don't do it.
All right, so Stake just got hacked by the Lazarus Group, which is North Korea's cyber.
Oh wow!
They just got hacked.
The
for
gambling site Stake.
Yep.
Oh,
they got hacked for 24 million, and it was to North Korea jacked them.
They're the ones paying a lot of these influencers.
Bro,
the most money.
you got bread though, bro.
No, they do have bread because gambling is. Dude, free, like you release anything into freedom where anyone could do it anytime. Yeah. It's massive.
Yep.
But the problem is like, bro, if like Lazarus Groups is after you. Dude, it's like talking about like I'm the Elucid Man or some shit.
And the FBI's after them.
Dude, it's super dangerous. So never bank your profits, especially look, if you're like, this is the same thing we tell our students. If you're investing into a new L1 or an L2 that you don't really trust, you don't keep all your Ethereum on there. Are you crazy?
Right.
Like you invest what you're going to invest in there. All the rest of your money should be back in your fucking wallet, under your control on Ethereum, chilling, because you leave your money lying around in some random chain and stuff, you're going to get jacked.
Yep.
Yeah. And we have students, and we like, it's happened to us and stuff, where like some of these chains try to do some funny stuff, and then we start seeing, we pull our money out before we get rugged.
Okay.
Because you start noticing weird little things, like bridges starting to get real slow.
Nobody wants to get rugged.
Yeah,
exactly.
facts.
And we let you guys know that in the course and on our channels.
Yeah, we warn people against Luna and everything that collapses.
Yeah, we told people to take
Luna was
profit on Luna.
But we saw that a mile away. I was just shocked how fast it went.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was gonna be, this is gonna take 4 months for it to go to zero. No, it was like within a week.
Yeah, we were talking about that in our course about 9 months before it happened. We told you guys like, hey, this could be dangerous. You can make some money on it. But then when it got to $100, we're like, sell.
Yeah.
Right. And then there were some people that are too emotionally invested, like, I don't think so. And I'm like, no, bro.
Get out now.
Not that financial advice, but I would highly recommend. And some of them held down to zero. So, when we tell you guys to be careful of these things, we're serious.
So look what these guys were calling themselves. So the guys in Luna were calling themselves lunatics, and like Terra was their altcoin, and they were calling themselves terrorists. I'm serious. Like their own community was like, yeah, we're lunatics and terrorists. Shout out Dogecoin.
All right, who's up next?
Montenegro.
What's up next?
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
The businessman goes, crypto is greater. Fool theory. Blockchain is a revolutionary technology, but crypto is just lotto tickets. It's gambling. I'm surprised Myron's bullshit meter hasn't set off.
So Myron, that Bitcoin in your wallet.
Yeah.
How can you spend it? Can you use it? Can you liquidate it?
Yeah.
Is it up from where you started?
Absolutely. Yeah.
If you would have held it in cash, would inflation have eaten that cash more than what it has in Bitcoin?
Yeah, absolutely. I would have lost way more buying power.
Right. Yeah. And is Bitcoin a decentralized network that, is across the entire globe that nobody can control and has a limited supply?
Yeah. Haters going to hate, man.
It's like, come on, just logic,
Yeah, haters going to hate, bro. It's just like, and this is what I've realized that, like, people get, they have their investment class and they're just so heavy in that investment class and they say everything else is bullshit.
You know what the real greater fool theory is?
What?
The US dollar. And all fiat currency.
Sheesh.
All fiat currency. Why? Not because it's not valuable. It's very valuable within one calendar year, right? You can use it. It's great. But after that, they slowly steal your money away through inflation. It used to be a stealth stealing, right? 2-3%.
Yeah.
Now they're fucking jacking you right to your face and people
14.
are not noticing it.
Yeah.
I
mean, look at household everyday items. They're going up in price significantly. That's how you're getting robbed.
The hourly wage for people at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So you guys never miss. Thank you for continuing to drop gems and help guys like myself understand their worth and become more valuable. Buy the book, join the CEO network, and like the damn video, WFNF. I appreciate that, my friend. What else? I think we got 2 more rants. The businessman goes, explain to me how crypto isn't greater fool theory. I'm not surprised Fresh believes these dudes, but Myron, wake up. It's gambling.
So let me add one thing on the Bitcoin halving here, businessman.
Yeah, I believe them, bro. Too bad.
One more thing about the halving, right? So going into the halving, Bitcoin supply from there on out will be reduced by half, meaning the miners who generally mine 1 Bitcoin every 10 minutes, right? They will have half as much Bitcoin as a reward, right? So I think right now it's like, 3.25 Bitcoin per reward every 10 minutes. Now it's going to be cut in half to like 1.125, right? And so, okay, what if, talking about supply demand basically, right? So greater fool theory requires more demand, right? More people coming in. If demand stays the same, you don't have any other fools coming in and buying Bitcoin. Will the price, when the supply gets reduced, go up? The answer is absolutely it will. So Bitcoin doesn't need more people in it to increase in value, but it does do this thing, which is magically, a product of the internet and the digital age called the network effect, right? Which if you add more nodes or more people to the network, that network becomes more valuable inherently as a utility. So a utility for Bitcoin to move your money anywhere in the world, when you want, where you want, and to who you want is the utility of that. So it doesn't require more people to go up in price. But if more people come in, then it goes up a lot more in price. That's true.
Right.
There you go, my friend. There's your answer to it being
I got friends
gambling.
buying cars, all paid for from Bitcoin.
Right.
Everything's about supply and demand. If you don't have no demand, your business is a Ponzi. Like if no one buys anything from your business, you go belly up.
Yep.
So everything's about demand.
All right. What else do we got here? Santino goes, any advice on staking crypto? Is it a W or L?
Depends on the crypto.
Yeah.
Depends on the crypto.
With Illuvium, it's a W.
Yeah. Do not stake it on these centralized exchanges. You're better off just leave it in your wallet, because like I don't like, if you can avoid centralized exchanges, avoid them, please.
Yeah.
We got some super chats here.
Yeah. Okay, so we got the Hoy, Tim Returner. Hey guys, why don't you bring Michael, Rainey, and Gianni from Power? They've got a pod too. I'm sure they'd be down for a collab. I don't know who they are.
That's a TV show, I think.
Oh, the 50 Cent one?
50 Cent.
Yeah.
Miguel and Chuck, I don't care what nobody say, y'all the goats, and Myron, wave check. Oh.
Them waves.
I complimented Myron on that before the show. It's looking good. It's looking good.
I got my hair back, man.
Fresh, what have you done to him?
Listen, man. I'll just say
Fresh is losing the battle, by the way, guys.
I gave up. Wait, hold on. You know why I gave up? Because, like, bro.
Oh, now I gave up. Okay.
He doing too much, man. Every second blushing your hair. I don't do that no more, bro. I did that 10 years ago.
No, but he was like, oh, yo, Myron, my ways better than yours. I was like, all right, man. We'll see, bro. And I had nothing.
Hey, man. Oh.
I had nothing. I had nothing here, man. So, yeah, you just take the L, bro. Miguel, you met GG33. He said next year is money year. I'm 9LP. Do you think I should buy some more MANA, ETH, XRP, and keep investing in SPY and ETFs before this year is over?
Yeah, I'd probably chill out on MANA. You can probably buy ETH and XRP. Yeah, like you're fine on that. I'd probably get some Cardano or Sol, just little bags, or just some OP or something like that. Just so that way you're a little more diversified. But that's plenty good.
Bam. And then will DOT recover and live up to its potential? That comes from Wayne.
This is the cycle. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. Like same thing with Adam and Dot are on the chopping block for this cycle. We're gonna see who ends up working.
Yeah, if Cardano could make it, I'm pretty sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right. And then how many more do we got? Oh, the last one right here. Okay. Tech Poppy goes $10. Shout out to Freshest Crypto Litmus Test. Your coin will still your coin's still around and still in the club. Bye.
Yes, sir.
Fair enough.
Funny.
And guys, do me a favor, man. Just like the video on YouTube, man. We got about 1.4K y'all here watching on YouTube. So like the video. Let's get up to 100% engagement. We got a double. We got a three-piece for y'all. We're gonna go live here very soon with Joe McBride, aka Andrew Tristan's attorney.
Hey, we got some Rumble rants, like a little bit more. Like I'm just getting them up right now.
Oh, some more rants?
Yeah.
Okay, let's bring them up in real quick. And then also, guys, can you tell them about, while they pull this up, can you tell them about the course real fast, what they get?
Yeah, I can tell them what's included in the course and everything. So today is September 8th, so the first day that we've launched the Crypto Mindset course. It'll be available for 5 days, right? So until the 12th at midnight Pacific Standard Time, you can get in the course. So go in the description link or
Top
also...
of description.
There you go. Or also in the chat, I think the link's been put in there. So go there and you'll support Fresh and Fit in that way as well. So the process for getting into the course, once you've paid, I'll mention that, and then I'll mention what you get with it. So
please go ahead.
we do this on Telegram, which is an encrypted service, which is safe for people who are basically talking about cryptocurrency. It is the Wild West. And so we get you into a Telegram within 24 hours after purchase. We will email you directly after your purchase within 24 hours. If you don't get it, look in your spam or promotions folder. It may get filtered out into there. If you don't have an email at all within 24 hours after purchasing the course, then email us at support@cultivatecrypto.com and we'll basically help you out.
Yep.
And we've taken care of a lot of people that way. And then once you get into the Telegram for the next week or so, you'll be able to talk with everybody in the chat. If you don't know anything about crypto, people in the chat, we already have experienced people, will teach you some extra information. If you already know about crypto, you want some holes filled, everybody in there talks about what's happening in crypto right now. Then around September 20th or so, we'll let you guys know specifically, but around that date, I have to look at my calendar.
22nd.
This 22nd, which day of the week? Friday?
It's Friday.
There we go. So Friday the 22nd, we'll start the webinars, and the webinars are twice a day at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Nice.
They are about an hour and a half to 2 hours of core information, different subject each time. Right. And so that's 15 live webinars that we do over the course of 2 weeks.
Very detailed and intensive too, man. You are going to become an expert when it comes to assessing crypto.
Here's the great thing, right? I can guarantee you this. Within your local area and your family, you will become your resident crypto expert, 110%. Like we've had like virtually everybody who's taking the courses, that has happened to them. So
and I think the most important thing is you guys teach them how to understand crypto so that they make the best investments for themselves.
You teach them to fish,
basically.
You teach them how to fish versus giving them the fish.
Exactly. So then once we start the webinars on the 22nd, it'll be twice a day. We'll do 2 days on, 2 days off, 2 days on, 2 days off over the course of 2 weeks. Get those 15 live webinars in there. We'll give you 5 pre-recorded so that when you come into the course, you already can look at how to set up wallets and everything like that if you don't know how to do that. And then this quarter, we're doing 2 extra webinars on top of the 15. So we're going to do 17 in total that basically have been voted on already by some people who've taken courses in the past, different subjects that they want to learn more about. And then we're also, when we do enter the course, we'll give some of the newer people a little bit of say as well. So we're going to do 2 customized webinars this quarter for everybody as, a little bit extra. And we have some other stuff planned in there in terms of guests and everything. We have industry guests coming in, all of that stuff. But it is like a boot camp. It's a fire hose of information, and you can use that information, right? It never goes away. You can basically go to the Telegram group, 6 months from now, you can still see the link to the videos, go and continue to do research because spaced repetition is the best way to learn. So you take the course for those 2 weeks, you got a shit ton of information, see how much you retain, start doing crypto throughout the quarter, follow what we're telling you basically on what's happening in the market. And then, as you learn, go back to that information that you bought and then be like, okay, I need to focus more on my technical analysis or my fundamental analysis or my on-chain data or whatever it is that you need to learn more about. You can always come back to that information. We won't take it away.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bam.
Yep.
Nice. So guys, get the course, man. God damn it. The only way to invest in dollar is dollar cost averaging. Timing the market is pretty dumb. Please ask the expert what a hash hair is and what it indicates.
I think he means hash rate.
Okay.
So hash rate essentially is like how competitive is it to mine 1 Bitcoin right now? So the higher the hash rate, the more people are trying to get Bitcoin, the more miners there are trying to compete for Bitcoin. So right now we're pretty much at an all-time high in hash rate, meaning all the miners right now are aggressively bidding against each other with computing power to try to get more Bitcoin.
Yep.
So that's what that is.
Thanks, BlackRock.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I also say one thing. My name is literally dollar cost crypto.
Yeah.
So like
We preach dollar cost averaging.
Yeah.
All right. I think anything. What else? do we got
Spanx
here?
Uno says, now that Atropa and pDai has renounced their contracts, have you changed your minds on those tokens?
A little bit. I mean, hey, I don't want the guys to get wrecked on it, but hey, if pDai and them go to $1 and then Atropa goes up, hey, shout out to you guys. But just be careful, you guys, because there is people who got into those coins very cheaply, and we're in a bear market, so they could take profits on your head if you're not careful. So be careful. Yeah, but no hate. You know.
Sunny Tara says, just bought Q3 crypto mindset.
Sheesh.
In the
Shout out to you.
RH ecosystem at the moment, these Bitcoin maximalists are cucks, helpful cucks, but still helpful.
That's hilarious. Congratulations, Ben.
All right. TDC goes, I already had a Nano X crypto wallet. Is my crypto safe?
Yes.
Yeah, so Ledger Nano is fine.
Okay.
All
And then the last 4 here.
The
Talk about
businessman.
the waste of energy it takes to mine Bitcoin. Only ones winning are energy businesses. That's the businessman. Okay. I think he just hates crypto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the best wallet, or what wallet are you using?
Trezor Model T.
Trezor.
Yeah.
What else do we got here? That's from Zoral. Beast Row goes, fan from New Zealand, but watch it for a minute. Keep it up. Off topic, but your Fresh and Fit clip link on Rumble doesn't link to your channel, but to someone else's.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna make that fix. I appreciate that so much.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. The link, I guess, for the clips channel doesn't go to the right
Oh
one.
my God, with this guy.
I'm surprised you're smarter than this. All right, thanks,
His
businessman.
bank account says different,
Yeah,
bro.
I mean, that's fine, bro. You could say what you want, but I've seen the returns, so it's like, okay. All right,
But
cool.
fellas,
Guys.
where can I find y'all, man?
Yeah.
You can find me at Dollar Cost Crypto, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all over, verified all over worldwide.
Same
Sheesh.
thing, cultivate crypto everywhere, especially on YouTube.
Perfect.
Yeah, just make sure it's fixed. All right, we'll catch you guys back here in about 15, 20 minutes. We're going to be back here with Joe McBride. It's going to be a lit episode. Go ahead and make sure to tune in, guys. Save this space right here. We're going to be on all the platforms.
Yes.
Peace.
Peace.